Thanks to the support as a channel member, A11 Scorpio 1996. I warned you from the beginning, this was going to be a tough season. If we end up getting relegated, it has not been for want of trying. We are giving it everything. We just don't have enough players. We just don't have the budgets for it. We're doing what we can. Hello and welcome to part 56 of Holiday Home. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have games against Racing Santander and Oviedo. Since you were last with me, I feel like as it was happening, it felt like we might be in with a chance of getting promoted at various points. But actually looking back at the last 6 matches from here, it's very clear we only won 1 match in 6. We did only lose one of them as well, but we have just become pathetic draw specialists, and that leaves the league table looking like this, very much in much more danger of relegation than we are of getting involved in the playoffs. I think it's safe to say promotion is off the table now, 13 points behind 6th place, but because of our annoying tendency to draw games now, we are only 4 points clear of the relegation zone with 9 games still to play. We need results today, or else this final stretch of the season could become a little twitchy, and I absolutely do not want to end this series with a relegation. That will upset me a lot. So let's go win a football match. This is the team we're going to put out there to try and do it. We've got Rodrigo in goal, a back four of Guigan, Joffrey, Ivan and Zander. Galdino at the base of midfield, Koulibaly and Bernal ahead of him, Rabiot on the left, Sandoval on the right, Ivan Luis up front. I think the most obvious thing from this season, which shows it's a season where we have been struggling a little bit, is that we just don't have a settled team. I think this is the first season in the entire save where if you were to press me now, 30 games into the season, for what is my best 11, I still don't know the answer. And I think every other season of the save, I've been able to answer that 8-10 games into the season. We're now 3/4 away into the season. I still don't know I don't know who my best striker is. I don't know what the best midfield combination is. I don't know what my best back four is. The only position that's really nailed on is Rodrigo in goal. And that's mainly on the basis of we don't really have another first team quality goalkeeper, rather than him being much better than any other option we've got. There isn't another option. That's why he's nailed on. But the rest of the 11, it really could be anybody, even someone like Rabiot. I don't know whether we're best off using him up from, on the left wing or in central midfield now. So he's kind of still doing bits of both here and there. Galdino sometimes plays in defence, sometimes plays DM. Ivan Such has played games at left back. Guegan plays left back and right back. It's not ideal. And that's why we're struggling. We just can't find a settled team. And we give away so many penalties. I feel like I'm moaning about penalties every single match. And we give away a penalty once again. I feel a relegation coming on, and I feel powerless to stop it from happening. I mean, we have flattered to deceive all season. We are not close to good enough to stay in this league, but we've had a couple of little purple patches where things have gone our way, and it's left us with this hope going into the final quarter of the season. We're not in the relegation zone. We have all these silly little hopes and dreams. We're still ahead of the lollujo. No, not the lollujo. The Kev ratio, not the lollujo ratio. I thought we've given away a second penalty. Not like this, Football Manager. Oh, for goodness sake. How many penalties have we conceded this season? There must be a record for it, and we must have broken it by now. That one's not a penalty. That's good. I'm going to have a sip of coffee out of my 101 Dalmatians mug, which, interestingly, doesn't have 101 Dalmatians on it, which, if I didn't know the movie, I would consider that some kind of trade descriptions infringement, because it's clearly labelled 101 Dalmatians, and then there's maybe 12 Dalmatians on it. I've been misled, but it is colour changing when you put something hot in it, so that's nice. This is what this season has come to. I am describing my Disney mug to you. It's a nice cup of coffee. It's a terrible performance and terrible season, and that makes me very, very sad. Roll on FM24. This save is hurting me now. Ivan Mutt, on you come. Ivan Luis, off you come. And why not throw Dan Grocott on as well and see what happens? Oh, can we do an equaliser, please? Anybody, please? An equaliser would be lovely. It's going to be really interesting. I think I am just about settled on the idea now of this being the final season of the Save, because I just don't see us doing anything different next year to just finishing mid-table again. However, I am willing to put that decision into your hands. So check the community page on the channel. I am currently in Disneyland. Not as I'm recording it, obviously, but as you're watching it, I'm currently at Disneyland Paris. When I return, I'll be looking at the outcome of this poll, where basically I want you to tell me whether for the last week or two of the FM23 cycle, do you want me to try and squeeze in one more year of this, knowing that if the beta drops before we're done, we might just have to drop the Save completely mid-season? Or do you want me to do the lollujo Cup and then have a little bit of time off, like a few days off here and there before FM24 is out? You can't have both. Having both just doesn't work. There's no way to fit in another season and the lollujo Cup. If you're not familiar with the lollujo Cup, if you're new, the lollujo Cup is basically where I take every team I've managed in every Save this year and put them together into a big cup. They play against each other. We get to catch up with some of our heroes from previous Saves and find out what my best team of FM23 was. That won't be like daily content for a week. That won't take as long to do as another season of this, but just the act of doing it will mean we won't fit in another season as well. So that poll is on the community page. We've managed to pick up yet another point, yet another draw, because we're that boring. And now we're going to play Oviedo, who are one of the teams in the relegation zone. That is the must-winniest of must-win games. Let's go and win it, shall we? So here we go then, the must-winniest of must-win games, and we are moving Rabiu back into midfield alongside Gary. Alex Boxall comes back into the team as well. Galdino drops into the back four alongside Serrano, and Zander comes back in at right back as well. Like I said before, no idea who my best team is, so maybe it's this one. All I know is our best performances of the Save have come with Alex Boxall at the base of the midfield and Rabiu in central midfield, so we've just got to hope it works, I guess. If we lose this one, we have got, or even if we draw it, I think this is one of those cases where we've got to pick up the 3 points, or else we are in real trouble. Right, Zander on the right-hand side. Come on, we need a good cross. Martinez Perez is on the end of it, and there is the opening goal, and that is crucial for our hopes of survival this season. Martinez Perez doing a lovely little dance down by the corner flag. That boy's got moves, as you've just seen there. It's good work from Ivan Luis, actually, who still isn't in double figures for the season for goals. He is not a second-tier striker. It is becoming clear. But pretty decent link-up play from him. And that, if we can hold... I mean, it obviously is a long way to go in this match. But 3 points here gets us nice and close to what I would consider safety. I think all season long, our target has been 40 points. I don't know if 40 points is going to be enough, but if we end up with the 3 points here, that gets us to 39 and would leave us 7 points clear with 8 games to go, which still seems pretty scary. Doesn't feel like big safety, but I mean, it feels like a nice gap to have at this stage of the season. I don't think the likes of Las Palmas, Granada, Albacete, I don't think these teams are necessarily going to be worrying about being sucked into a relegation battle. So maybe we don't need to worry either. Wouldn't that be good? Right, let's grab another one. Just on the stroke of half-time, it's Galdino at the back, plays it forward to Gary, and now back with Galdino again, who whacks it forward, looking for Ivan Luis. Can't find him, but Rabiu's header does find Martinez Perez, and he's out on this left-hand side, drills it across, and Ivan Luis is there. Bless his cotton socks. It's only his 6th goal of the season, but who cares? Because he's scored a goal, he's done a football. We are 2-0 up, and that is hugely important. Goodness me. A 2-0 lead right on the stroke of half-time. It's a lovely finish as well from Ivan Luis. And one step closer to safety. Fingers crossed we'll be coming back for the next episode safe. I don't want stress. in the last episode of the season. I just want us to be safe. I don't expect, there's no hope or expectation that we get involved in a playoff push now. That would be absolute madness. Even if we won every game between now and the end of the season, I don't think we're getting into the promotion mix. But it would be nice to win the next 2 or 3 and not have to worry anymore. Respect the old blood pressure and that kind of thing. Right, Rabiu with the in-swinger from the corner. Galdino's there, and I thought he might have found the back of the net with that one, but unfortunately, 'tis not to be. Remains 2-0 up, 25 minutes to go. Oviedo really not offering anything at all going forward, so I would like to think that will continue. I've just noticed as well that we actually have a positive goal difference now. The idea of getting relegated with a positive goal difference seems insane. All the teams around us are on negative goal differences, even several of the ones above us. So, I think that shows that even when we're losing, we're not getting thrashed. Our problem hasn't necessarily been getting beaten. Our problem is not having that cutting edge up front. Looking back, I wonder how different our season might have gone if we'd have pulled out all the stops and kept Gorka. Obviously, we couldn't afford to do it. He wanted $6,000 a week. We're well over our wage budget as it is. For us to keep him, several of these players would have had to have left. But he would have got 20 goals for us. And where might we be in this league if we'd have got 20 goals out of Gorka? You know how I might be able to find out? Should we go and have a look at the old XG table? That was a huge result, by the way. Let's have a look at the XG table. This will give us a clue as to where Gorka might have put us. Where is it? It's on his... Right, here we go. So we are 15th place on the XG table. We'd be in a promotion battle right now if we'd have had Gorka. We'd have had someone to finish these chances and score the goals for us. Decisions, eh? What might have been if only Mrs. Wearmouth had given us a little bit of extra money. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.